as he and Dave Trout now coming to a restart this time. 30 laps to go here in the 2023 New Year's Bash. Sparks and Trout going to lead them to green.
2 wins for the career driver of Jeff Sparks, or two-time champion is what I meant to say, for the series of the Mid-Atlantic Street Stocks, as now Sparks would probably lock in the biggest win of his career, Alan, if he can hold off. He pulls away from Trout to the back straightaway to 3.
And Jim Swan, he's got the bad brakes, he said, in that car number 97, but, all these cautions have it's definitely helped him cool his brakes. And right now, he's up to the outside of Sonny Chofin, pushed up there, though. That's going to allow Josh Way to cut back down on the inside as he tries to take 4th away from Swan.
That's Josh Way to the inside, the Folgers Hendrick throwback. And now to the outside comes the Machina Swan. Swan's car gets some company. Ricky Locklear Jr. back in the battle again in the 12.
There's 2 cars flying through the field right now, and they're Ricky Locklear Jr. and the 32 of Gary Ledbetter Jr. As I said, even though they've been involved in a couple of skirmishes tonight, if they didn't bend the suspension, if they didn't get any major damage, we know how good those cars are, and they're showing it right now. Locklear up to 5th. Ledbetter up to 6th, and Swan dropping back a little bit, continuing to struggle with those brakes. Here comes Ledbetter looking down the inside of Ricky Locklear Jr.
And that 4 car on the inside, as we saw Thomas O'Sullivan right there, as you just seen, making a move. Austin Samaro going after the machine of James Swan. He's on the lead lap, Allen. He's in the top 10 in the 99. It's Swan's car. I think the brakes are going away. Lap after lap, it's giving him a fit.
Yeah, and I think it won't be long before we see Jim Swan drop down and bring that car into the pits. Otherwise, they may go away completely, and we don't want to see that, as he's back in right now behind Austin Samaro.
O'Sullivan right behind him as well in the 4 car. What a way for O'Sullivan to bounce back. Couple of cautions involved in yellows. He's right there in the top 10.
Ledbetter is flying back to the front now, up to 4th, drops Josh Way back to 5th. Right, last lap, Gary Ledbetter Jr. was 2.8 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Sparks. This time, that is still 2.8. I think now that he's cleared Josh Way, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him gain some on Sparks.
3/4 of this race now completed. Under 25 laps remaining, 22 to be exact when they come to the line, with Sparks leading. He has checked out, and he is gone from Dave Trout. Chofin the 3rd now. That's the battle going on for 4th.
And the good news for Jeff Sparks is Gary Ledbetter didn't gain on him that lap. He didn't lose anything, but he's maintaining that 2.8 second advantage as we've watched this battle between Wisconsin's James Swan and the 4 of Massachusetts, Tom O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan able to work around. And again, we've seen how good that car's been all day. He had worked his way from 21st up to the top 5, only to get spun, and now he's working his way back to the front. Here's the battle for 3rd, though.
Back in the day, about, 5-6 years ago, that would have been a father-son battle. Gary Ledbetter Sr., Gary Ledbetter Jr., but it's not. Son in the 32 in his car, clearing by his dad's old ride, driven by Salina, Texas driver Sonny Chofin. Gary Ledbetter Jr. up to 4th with now 20 laps to go, under 20 to go.
I'm continuing to watch these lap times, though, and as good as Gary Ledbetter Jr. is going, he is not closing the gap on Jeff Sparks. Now Swan off the pace, and I think exactly what we were saying is happening now. He's like, you know what? There's no point in me staying out here and possibly destroying these cars or my car when the brakes go away.
As heartbreak for the driver, former winner of the New Year's Bash, James Swan, the driver out of Wisconsin, out. Always next year.
Yep, here's the battle back for 8th between South Carolina's Samaro and Michigan's Adam Rowe. Adam Rowe able to move Samaro out of the way, and that's going to move him up into 8th now.
Well, I tell you what, Alan, I thought that 99 was going to go around out of 4 as Rowe was trying to get to the front. We mentioned a good strong run for him in the top 10. He's moved to 8th now by that, making that move. And Josh Sage has now allowed also the B-Main 2 winner, Tanner Woodard, to close in and join this battle outside the top 10 going to 1.
Now, continuing to watch some lap times. Gary Ledbetter has shut it down now to 2.3 seconds. That could have been because Jeff Sparks was working through some lap traffic to get around Chris Riondo. We'll continue to watch that as we watch this battle here for 6th between Locklear and Tom O'Sullivan. And obviously Locklear's car is not where it was at earlier. I mean, Ledbetter, that car seems like it's still going as strong as it was earlier. There were not a lot of guys that could get up there and challenge Ricky Locklear Jr. Now he's about to lose a spot. Over on the left side of the screen, there you see Ledbetter. He's caught Dave Trout here. 13 laps to go, 13 laps to go. And for Ledbetter, that's exactly what he needed there. He didn't waste any time with Dave Trout. Last lap, he had taken the lead down to 1.9 seconds that Jeff Sparks has over him. Well, watch it this time, but this is going to be the lap where he doesn't have anybody in front of him. He still gained 2/10. He clearly, now, whoa, we got a spin here down the back straightaway. There you see it just in front of those cars.
Caraway, Gerard spun on the back straightaway. Yellow is out again. And boy, oh boy, business has picked up at the Bash with 12 to go.
12 laps to go as we come back for a restart with Jeff Sparks and Gary Ledbetter Jr. leading the field to turn 1.
Back to the line, green flag. A dozen laps remain into turn number 1. Ledbetter can't power on the outside. Sparks clear on the bottom, and here comes Trout to the inside to 3.
Well, at least first off for Jeff Sparks, he's been able to complete one goal. That was to get ahead of Gary Ledbetter Jr. and not let him hang up there to his outside. Back at the battle for 4th now, Josh Way able to get around Sonny Chofin. And you got to wonder again, the tires might have cooled off, brakes might have cooled off a little bit there for Jeff Sparks. He had a terrible turn 4, though. That's going to allow Ledbetter to close right back up on him.
The black 4, O'Sullivan, closing in on Sonny Chofin to make a run for that spot. That's going on now for 5th position as they go to the back stretch into 3.
Coming back for 9 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. Ledbetter right in the tire tracks of Jeff Sparks.
Sparks, Ledbetter, Trout, they hug the bottom of the racetrack.
Well, if I'm Jeff Sparks, you know, the way I look at it, I'm like, you're either going to have to pass me on the outside or you're going to have to bump me out of the way. I am not coming off the bottom of this racetrack. He's trying to keep it down there as he leads back to turn number 1. Now 8 laps to go, and he's hugging that yellow line.
Alan, we saw a bump and run last night of the Challenger race. Will it make it work where Greg Peterson got it done? Now can we see this here? When it matters the most, coming to the line, single digits on the scoreboard, 7 laps to go for car number 7. Jeff Sparks leading, the caution is out.
Caution out.
Caraway around at the bottom of 3 and 4.
Gary Ledbetter Jr., again, he's going to want to hang up on that right rear. He wants to be up to the outside of Sparks when they come out of turn number 2. At least that would be my thought. Here they come. Looks to be a great restart, especially for Ledbetter. They go down into turn number 1. See if Ledbetter can stay there. He can't. Sparks again gets a great exit. He's able to clear Ledbetter down the back straightaway.
What a headline this would make for the Georgia native out of Ackworth if he pulls it off. He's got the lead back on Ledbetter, and he's pulled away down to the line. 6 laps to go.
Oh,
and we got trouble.
A huge wreck going down into turn number 1. And another car that just pounded the inside wall.
That's Josh Sage. There's Adam Rose cars involved in it. Woodard rolls away. Massive hit for the Zero car. Alan Dietz on the top right of the monitor of the Zero machine.
Out of turn number 4, the Zero car row gets stuck on the outside of 3 wide. The car number 25, he gets up into Samaro. That's going to send the Zero car back across the racetrack. The 25 off the ground, and boy, did he impact that inside wall hard. He had just about cleared it, but he hit the end of it. Here they come out of turn number 4. Flagman's got the green flag in the air. Ledbetter gets a good start on the outside, but so does Jeff Sparks. Again, if he had a clutch issue, you didn't see it on that restart. He gets in front of Ledbetter, and now Josh Way gets to the inside of Ledbetter. This is exactly what Jeff Sparks wants to see here with 5 laps to go.
Josh Way, dirt track set off turn 4. Down to the inside comes Ledbetter, trying to get around Sparks. Way is ready to pounce on those 2 cars. 5 to go here at Dillon.
Here is what Jeff Sparks didn't want to see. He got up off that yellow line, Wesley, and we talked about it. He had to stay on that yellow line.
Oh,
Whoa, and he and Gary Ledbetter make contact, and hard into the inside wall goes Sparks. Oh, my gosh, what a tough break for Jeff Sparks as they got together coming out of turn 4. Josh Way led them slowly back to the green there. We've had that issue with a consistent speed on a restart. It did look like he slowed down just a little bit as they head down the back straightaway into turn 3. Now O'Sullivan trying to make a run here on Josh Way.
Riando up the racetrack. He loses ground in the back. Coming to the line, 3 to go, off 2. It's Way out in front. O'Sullivan now to the number 2 spot. The machine of Sonny Chofin, your top 3. That's the way it stands right now, and the 2 to go signal is given off 4.
Well, it could be any of these drivers. Josh Way, he's where you want to be, but he has got that car right on the ragged edge now. As around goes Brandon Caraway. Chris Riando going to spin.
They got to throw the caution.
We are going to end up here with a green-white checker to finish off the New Year's Bash.
They've got to throw the caution, Alan Dietz. They had no choice. The track was blocked in turn number 1 and 2.
In the top 5 as we come back to green.
A highly entertaining race settles down to the final 2 laps of the 4/10th mile at Dillon. Josh Way from Painesville, Ohio, the best restart of his life, pulling away from O'Sullivan, but he's going to battle back on the back straightaway.
All right, watch here going down into turn number 1. O'Sullivan, he's got a run here on Way as they go down through turns 3 and 4. Uses the bumper just a little bit. Way is going to have to drive defensively here as the white flag is out.
Final time into the corner. Contact's made. O'Sullivan gets into Way. He moves him out of the way. The bump and run off turn number 2 to go for the win.
Gary Ledbetter Jr. making it 3 wide. They all get together going down into turn number 3. Here comes Tom O'Sullivan. Checkered flag is out, and the Massachusetts driver is going to win the New Year's Bash.
Chaos, mayhem, calamity, and the finish. And Thomas O'Sullivan shocks South Carolina as the winner of the 13th New Year's Bash.